Oh yeah, from Angry Video Game Nerd Silver Surfer Review.
I mean, this game just pukes snot up my ass. I mean, it's like you touch the top of the building, you die. You touch the ceiling, you die. You touch the floor, you die. Too far to the right, you die. Too far to the left, you die. You die, you die, you die, 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 die. Oh, God, I can't fucking stand it.
And right here was where Part 3 had ended. There was one final part to the commentary, but unfortunately we weren't able to get the final part before he deleted it off his channel. The final part was about 2 minutes long, and basically all it was the game dude saying his final bit, and Chief Shadow ended his commentary by explaining the difference between inspiration and ripping off.
Basically, he said that inspiration is where you enjoy something so much that you try it for yourself, but put your own spin to it. While ripping off is copying someone's words, style, jokes, etc. Not for nothing, he is right about this. But he fell victim to his own words.
So with that said, here are our final thoughts. I'll start off. Well, for your first time doing a commentary, well, it wasn't very good. I mean, it was off to a good start at first, but then it just went downhill afterwards. How so? Well, first off, if you want to get your points across, you need to base your points on your own opinion and not the opinions of others. For instance, you use the facts from what reviews state towards other games such as Sonic 1 for the Game Boy Advance and Sonic Labyrinth, just so that you can defend the fact that Sonic 06 is a horrible game.
You mean attack the idea, right?
Not to mention, when you stated that you never played Sonic 06, that just showed us that you don't know what you're talking about. You say you've never played the game, but you have a lot of knowledge about it. That doesn't work. If you want to have a true opinion about the game, you need to experience the game yourself and not use the opinions of others.
The opinions of others? By that you mean who else? Who else thought that Sonic 06 was great? I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad or anything, but he never really said that someone told him Sonic 06 was bad. He's judging the game himself.
Exactly. Even though I don't own either an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3, I still found a way to play the game back when it came out, and it was off of one of my friend's systems. You can do that, or rent the game if you have either system. But enough of that. So now let's talk about the jokes. Yeah, we all know you used a lot of Nostalgia Critic jokes, but you also used jokes from the Spoony One, George Carlin, Alice in Wonderland, Realm Wars, there was that whammy thing. The variety is nice and all, but even with that, you relied on these clips way too much. Tone it down some. This way it doesn't feel like half of your commentary is a clip show.
So next time, try to avoid overusing jokes of any kind. Otherwise, people won't take your commentary seriously and find it to be very annoying. Finally, the way you expressed your points from Part 2 and so on, it came as if you were being an immature kid and not a person doing a commentary. You yelled a lot, and you stooped to his level by calling him inappropriate names. Insulting someone while doing a commentary won't make you look any better. The only way people will respect you is if you cut the insults and cut the immaturity. Then viewers will think differently about you.
And lastly, you kept going on about how the Game Dude is an Angry Video Game Nerd ripoff. And yet you barely even touched why throughout your entire commentary. Ryan said it earlier, but when you actually show why you feel he's a ripoff, you're on the mark.
Wouldn't that kind of be overusing that idea, though? Just like using the Nostalgia Critic jokes? Oh, he's a ripoff here, he's a ripoff there, he's a ripoff there, everywhere. People would get bored of that, wouldn't they?
If you had done this commentary doing that, like how you said you were going to do back in Part 1, instead of trying to refute him on every little thing that he said, then this wouldn't be too bad of a commentary. I personally would have liked to have seen that, considering that the Game Dude is notorious for the whole AVGN ripoff claims.
Do you really think that the Game Dude did not change the Angry Video Game Nerd's idea enough? For example, he's reviewing modern games instead of old ones. Or maybe that he uses more pictures and more clips from other video games and other things.
We can tell you don't like the game, dude, but it really felt like you were making this commentary for the sole purpose of slamming him, not giving him actual criticism.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a long commentary. But it was still fun nonetheless. So, Ratsutsu, thank you so much for having me be your co-host for this commentary. I look forward to being your co-host for other commentaries in the near future.
Oh, you know it! It may be a while, but we'll definitely be teaming up again.
That sounds more like something you would say over Skype than actually putting into your video.
So, this is Roshitsu.
And Supersonic 407.
And we'll leave you all with this.
Sonic 06. What a disaster of a game. It puts Sega.
I'm gonna stop right there, because I'm not willing to show the rest of that on my channel. It's even worse than the forced laughter from Final Fantasy. You guys are really good at getting stuff in my head I wish I could take out. If you, the viewer, wishes to see that clip from the commentary, you can go to Roshutsu's channel and check it out. I counted the parts of the video where he said Sega because Roshutsu and Supersonic 407 put it in there. And now I'm going to end this with some final notes to each person, starting with the game dude. This was your first review, right? The only two problems I had with it was that you kept mentioning classic Sonic, and that you kept questioning video game logic. I didn't count the first comparison to the classics because you needed an intro to hook the viewer onto your video. However, there was one part where you were ranting about it so long that I counted it as 2, so it balances out. If Chief Shadow says something that I thought and I didn't want to emphasize it, I just left it alone. Oh, and stop releasing remakes of your episodes. Chief Shadow 1750. I don't care if you use one Nostalgia Critic joke or a million of them. If they're not fitting, they shouldn't be there. Then just cut out the random insults, and even though you haven't played the game, you will still have a pretty good commentary. Roshutsu and Supersonic 407. You two disappointed me. You spent the whole time complaining about his overuse of jokes and the fact that he hasn't played the game. Chief Shadow might have not played the game, but at least he had common sense. Whenever he actually had something to say, you rarely commentated on it, and if you did, most of the time you didn't really do it that well. It's like you didn't watch your video before you sent it to YouTube. Oh, you might have mentioned nitpicking, but I'm not going to look back to confirm it. I might have said the exact opposite of what I meant. Maybe I should go check to make sure. Nah, let's upload it. Also, you guys are saying that Chief Shadow 1750 is insulting him a lot, even though you guys sound like you could come off as jerks.
You want criticism? Well, you'll get plenty.
Congratulations! You guessed what he was going to say! Would you like a cookie?
I find it funny how you guys didn't care the first time he used the Ripper clip or the whammy, and not at all with Alice in Wonderland and George Carlin, but as soon as he does a Realm Wars facepalm or mentions the Nostalgia Critic, you two get all over it. And finally, those two scenes. I'm not going to repeat myself on them. If you, the viewer, feel as though my arguments were flawed in some way, feel free to do a 4th degree commentary on me. And if you're the game dude, Chief Shadow 1750, Roshutsu, or Supersonic 407, and feel offended by my commentary, then you can make one as well. I'm not going to stop you. Make sure to post it as a video response to me. However, if someone has already done a 4th degree commentary on me, then do a 5th degree commentary on him, and maybe you can do what I did and try and commentate on as many people as you can. Then maybe we can do 6th degree, 7th degree, 8th degree, and possibly beyond. This is Shadowstar1224. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, a good night, whenever you're watching this video.